Chief economist and co-founder of Macro Business, Leith Van Onselen, joins me. Leith, thanks for joining us. The opposition is arguing here that it must include items and sectors that the state government can actually influence. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, look, I think that's a fair assessment. Obviously, we've seen cost of living pressures across a whole range of issues: insurance, power, flights, petrol, all those sorts of things. All those prices have skyrocketed. So if the government is really concerned about cost of living issues, it probably should include these broader issues rather than just focusing on supermarkets, which is just a very small part of it.
Well, realistically, how much change can an inquiry of this nature bring about? Does it have any teeth?
Well, not really. Like most inquiries, it's basically a political stunt to sort of give voters the impression that it cares and that it's doing something and it's looking after their best interests. But we've seen these sorts of inquiries amount to not much repeatedly. For example, the 20-odd housing affordability inquiries we've had over the past couple of decades. So it won't actually do anything other than maybe provide some useful information.
Well, that's not encouraging to hear, but you're absolutely right, and hopefully something does come out of it. Now, private colleges in Australia are blocking applications from students in India, Pakistan, Nigeria and other countries as part of an unprecedented reaction to the government's visa crackdowns. Leith, was this always going to happen as a result of the government's new migration strategy?
Yeah, look, unfortunately, it's a little bit too late. Look, the Albanese government unfortunately opened the immigration floodgates after the 2022 Jobs and Skills Summit, and that was basically led by international students. Unfortunately, many of these students weren't genuine, and they've used dodgy private ghost colleges to basically come to Australia for backdoor permanent residency. So these changes by Labor are basically in response to the widespread rorting by these fake students and also Australia's record immigration flows.
Well, that's it. I mean, look, this was always on the cards and something did have to be done. But what impact could fewer foreign students have on our economy, do you think?
Yeah, look, it'll obviously have an impact on the economy. All migration does. So if you have less inputs in people, i.e. students, you're going to have less outputs in terms of economic activity and gross domestic product. But obviously having less fake students in Australia will improve the overall quality of the migration system. It should boost productivity and reduce pressure on housing infrastructure. So it's a positive development, although it's kind of a little bit too late and after the horse has already bolted.
Yeah, look, it was a bit too late, but, hopefully it does have its desired effect. Now, look, this is interesting because Taylor Swift's 3 Melbourne concerts, by the way, I feel like all we've been talking about is Taylor Swift for the last few weeks here in Australia, but her 3 concerts in Melbourne have generated an astonishing $174 million for the Victorian economy. Leith, that's extraordinary. Is that a good boost, do you think?
Yeah, look, it's a fantastic boost. Look, it's especially good in this case because a lot of the visitors actually came from overseas. So what that means is that instead of Victoria just stealing economic activity away from other states, we've actually, earned quite a significant amount of tourism exports, which is fantastic. So basically, yeah, look, it's a big economic boom.
Do you think Sydney can do the same?
Oh, pretty much. So Sydney has 4 concerts scheduled, whereas Melbourne only had 3. Obviously, the venues aren't as big as the MCG was. Those were Taylor Swift's biggest ever concerts. So basically, look, Sydney should get a similar result. Yeah. The only problem is obviously Sydney's weather. Hopefully it stays away and doesn't rain at the parade.
Fingers crossed, absolutely. Leith Van Onselen, thanks for joining us.